Hey, what's up? I'm Sir RJ and I'm here to talk about MySQL. So I'm gonna teach you how to access MySQL using the command prompt. I'm also going to teach you how to create a database and as well as tables. So I've got my laptop here with me. Let's begin. To open MySQL, we have to navigate to where MySQL is located. So kindly open a file explorer and go to SAMP. So go to C, SAMP, look for a file or a folder named MySQL. Go to the folder bin and look for a file named mysql.exe. However, we cannot double click this one. To open MySQL, we need to go old school. So click Start, press CMD for command, and we have to access MySQL because MySQL is shell-based, originally shell-based. So to order using this one, type this, cd space c:/samp/MySQL, press enter. So this one looks just like this one. So we are now inside this folder. Press MySQL. If you press enter, nothing will actually happen. It will say MySQL. Oh, sorry, I got the wrong folder. It should be inside bin. So if we press MySQL, nothing will actually happen because it needs a username. So what we do is we type MySQL, we add another command -u, and we put the username. We need to place username and passwords in databases because, well, the contents are information and it needs to be secured. But with our lessons, I'm guessing we do not need a username and password for convenience. So the default username of MySQL is root. So you will see that the prompt from C: changes to MariaDB. So that is the marker that you have already entered MySQL. So the first command that you will need to learn is how to show the databases. Show databases, and you have to end it with a semicolon. Notice that I have typed my commands in uppercase. So it should be in uppercase. And you will see there that there are several databases already. To create a database, we need to type the create command and then followed by database and then followed by a database name. Let's try naming our database DB1 and then press enter. So you will see that the message is query OK, one row affected. And let's double check if DB1 is created. So there we go. DB1 is already created. Now let's try creating a table for DB1. However, in MySQL, you have to select first your database. So we need to use the command use and then the name of the database, DB1. So there we go. It says there database changed. Now we are going to create our tables because the database is already selected. So again, the create command, create table. And now you're going to have to be patient with this one because the commands are quite long. First is we are going to have to put the attribute name. So the first attribute name that we are going to use, oh, by the way, let's use the previous written activity. So we are going to create a table for teams. So let's name the table teams. And then we are going to place attributes. In MySQL, a command is not finished not until you press the semicolon. So whenever you press enter, it's okay, as long as you don't press the semicolon. If you're already finished, that's the time you put the semicolon. So here I'm going to press enter so that the view will be clearer. Now I'm going to put my attributes. The first attribute is team ID, followed by our data type. Now we know that the data type of the ID is integer, and then we are going to put digits, how many digits it will take or it will take up. And then we are going to put unsigned. It is neither positive nor negative. And then this next line is a bit compulsory, auto increment. And then we are going to place the next keyword, primary key. So if you are done with the first attribute, we are going to put a comma and then enter. Now let's put other attributes. The next attribute would be location. And then the data type, varchar, the equivalent of string in MySQL. And then we are going to place not null because it's supposedly not empty. And then we have the team name. Again, varchar, 30 characters, not null. And then we have the coach. And then if we are already done, so we close the parentheses, and then we put semicolon, and then we press enter. Query OK. So we have already created a table. To check if the table exists, we will use the command show tables. So there we go. We have teams table. Okay guys, sorry for that cut. We are going back to creating the second table, which is named players. So with players, there is our primary key player ID, and it should have a data type int, 6 digits, unsigned, auto increment, and primary key. Then comma, team ID. Now, the team ID, like I've said previously, is also a key. However, it per table. So this one should also have the same data type, int. We could put unsigned. It is up to you if you want to have it signed or not signed, but it can never be a primary key. You may have the option to auto increment it, but the downside of it is every entry, the number will always increase by 1. So it is better if, well, in our case, we are not going to auto increment it. So comma, and then last name varchar 30 not null, and then first name varchar not null, and then contract, well, the contract is a number, so it's an integer. There we go. So it says here query OK. Now let's double check our tables. There you have it. If you want to see the columns or the attributes of a table, we can use the command show columns from database name. Sorry, table name. So you will be able to see all your attributes, basically your schema. So there you have it.